Invisible man. A situation like Ryuji's, with nowhere to go and in a state of anguish, is probably what he is in. His wife, Ayami, who he has been married to for 1 year, is due to give birth soon and has returned to her parents' home. Even if he wants to be by his wife's side, he can't do so because he has a job. Thus, Ryuji's feelings of anguish only grow stronger, as Ryuji is drinking alone at an izakaya. A man with a shiny head and a ball of energy comes and says, "You're feeling pretty anguished. My invention will help you. Doc, I don't know who you are or where you're from, but please leave me alone." Perhaps because he was a little drunk from the unfamiliar alcohol, Ryuji was in a carefree mood. Don't say that. Life is not a lost cause. If you take this medicine, you will become invisible for 3 hours. Invisible man? Ryuji was skeptical, but he received the medicine and took it in a toilet in a deserted park. Then, mysteriously, Ryuji's hands and feet suddenly became invisible. After taking off all his clothes, Ryuji stood in front of the mirror and sure enough, he couldn't see anything. Wow, this is amazing. Ryuji was surprised and happy, and now that he had become invisible, he thought of all sorts of things to do, but when it came time to put it into action, he couldn't do anything. While Ryuji was worrying and wandering around, the time was running out. With only 10 minutes left until the 3rd hour, before he knew it, Ryuji had returned to the park. Oh, it was such a great chance. Ryuji was disappointed when he heard a woman's voice screaming, "Help!" He ran towards the sound and found 3 bad-looking men trying to force a cute girl somewhere in the corner of the park. A man who seemed to be her boyfriend was lying nearby, having been beaten up. Normally, this was an opponent that would be impossible to beat. But with the privilege of being invisible, Ryuji went on a rampage and defeated the 3 men. Looking diagonally at the 3 men stretching out, Ryuji thought about how he would look cool when he appeared before her. But thinking about it carefully, he realized that he was not wearing anything. Even if he was his benefactor, if a completely naked man suddenly appeared before him, wouldn't Ryuji, his benefactor, turn into a pervert? Ryuji hurriedly went back to the bathroom and put his clothes back on. Exactly 3 hours had passed. Ryuji stood in front of the mirror and appeared as he was before. Yo, the old man he had met at the izakaya appeared again. What was that just now? How is it, invisible man? In the end, he couldn't do anything. That's what happens to everyone for the first 3 hours. But you can do a lot for the next 3 hours. How about one more pill? Really? Ryuji held out his hand with glee, and then his cell phone rang. Ayami's baby is about to be born. Come right away. It was Ayami's mother screaming. This is serious. Ryuji shook off the old man's hand and ran off in a frenzy.